How are you doing, Roxy? How was your day today?
It's going quite well actually.
Really?
Yes. I don't.
So, can you show me what kind of music you listen to when you're on Blender?
Oh, okay. That's not hard. Kind of music I listen to. Huh.
Uh,
When I get in the zone.
yeah,
Okay. Let me look at my playlist a little bit.
sounds good.
Let me see. Let's see. I listen to where's my music? It's my jams. So I like to jack into the matrix, because I'm working on everything that's three-dimensional. So I like to listen to like music like vaporwave,
Let me see.
Hear it?
It's low. You can't play it through your desktop?
You want to do that through my desktop?
Yeah, definitely. Because I can hear your background because we're on Discord.
Let me change the windows real quick, okay?
Okay.
The,
Because I was hearing that cat song that you were playing.
this is what I listen to.
Okay.
Gotta get myself in the mood. So I don't know. Let me know if you can hear it.
Yeah.
So
Oh
that's what
yeah, I like that.
that's me in the mood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And like it helps me. Sometimes when I'm like really, really like working on something like a 3D model,
Right.
like like a like a character. When I do character animation, sometimes I get like really into it and I start putting some like trippy music.
Gotcha.
Like let's see what I like to listen
I
to. I
like to
have a
listen to I normally just put programming music.
That's
There's
nice, but
one that I always go to.
you gotta have a theme for whatever mood you're gonna get yourself in.
Gotcha.
Like when I'm like on a workflow, I like to listen to like drum and bass really fast. Like it
Got it.
helps each interval of music, like music really does affect your workflow. Like you gotta have something that goes oons 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 like while you're like modeling.
Have you heard of Brain FM? That
Huh?
has Brain FM. Supposedly it's a scientific thing that makes you focus at the same time. Like search it up and you can hear it yourself. There's a description on it. Type in
Yeah.
brain FM. That's supposedly like there's frequencies that make us focus more better.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So look up brain FM and tell me what you think.
Brain FM.
Yeah.
Oh, is it like a playlist, right?
No, it's actually like a radio station. Yeah, you can play that 30-minute
Because they,
one.
they they actually have like
That one's
playlists.
You're
that's
listening to Brain FM.
look
We mix
Let's hear it. I've
neuroscience and
never seen
music to guide your brain into
neuroscience.
peak mental states. This is a focus track, clinically proven in
one.
large scale studies to increase focus up to 10 times when compared to normal focus music.
I mean, I
It
usually
works
use
best with
something,
headphones. So
like
grab a pair,
I do
settle in, and get
pre-preparations
ready for the
before
most
working
productive
on
30
something,
minutes of your day.
Right.
like
For
for
unlimited
ritual,
listening, head
and
over
then
to
I put music on
brain.fm or follow the
if you
link
catch
in the
my drift.
description below.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What do you think about this?
Actually, this is pretty nice. I think I will save this. This is actually pretty. I see what it's doing. It's making me like I just got like chills and goosebumps in
Yeah,
my like skin, like my hair is raising,
right,
and I
definitely.
feel like I want to like do some programming.
Yeah,
But
that's what I just recently got into this.
what I like to do personally is I like to like drink like energy drinks and like
Oh, okay.
just or drink some coffee and like start. Wow, this is really nice. I like this playlist.
Yeah,
Pretty sick. I'm definitely
I
flow
feel
with it.
like energy drinks, I can't really focus like I used to. I feel
Yeah.
like I think about like 100 things a minute when I'm on energy drinks.
You should
Oh,
try medicinal herbs, they kind of help.
yeah, no, I won't be able to function. I'll probably be looking at my monitor for like an hour. So,
So, see what I'm doing right here?
yeah, what are you doing?
The, the beautiful thing about Blender is that you can like create like anything that you want. Like everything is at your fingertips.
So
Like,
you recently got into Blender?
yes, I am.
Uh,
I
how
have.
how has your journey been? Like how
Um,
what got you motivated in the first place to start modeling?
to be honest, I've always wanted to learn how to model.
Hmm.
The problem is that I never really took the initiative because I've
Gotcha.
always been distracted by a lot, and I feel like I I pretty much missed a lot of opportunity in doing like different things that I could have done.
Gotcha.
Like
What was the
I
final straw that made you wanna
okay.
really dive deep into modeling?
So not sure if you can see my screen still. I'm gonna
It's
switch scenes
okay.
again.
Yeah, it says that it has been paused.
So what inspired me, you're gonna laugh.
Okay.
Okay, so these kind of animations,
Hey, that's something.
like I love this. I love this.
I
Like
bet Harold.
I'll do a Walmart one, just because it's related. And this is the most popular
I bet
YouTuber
Harold's
in this
idea of eliminating
subcategory.
all
When
abortion
I
for
was
women is
before
dangerous. I wish we could have
I
eliminated.
was even interested in Blender or even like considered using Blender, I literally was like struggling because
Hmm.
I missed out on a lot of technology when I didn't have a computer at one point, when I didn't have a functioning computer.
Yeah, yeah.
So what I did is I always obsessed about these stories, these animated stories. I always loved it.
Oh, okay. I've
I
seen a
always
few of
loved
these.
anime. Huh?
Yeah, I remember seeing a few of these.
Yeah, I love these stories because these stories are
Hmm.
so simple and linear,
Okay.
and they're all based on like true stories or urban legends, princesses. I love horror. I've always loved horror and I loved animation. I loved art. I see how simple and basic these things are, but I realize why they look the way they do, why they look really kind of
Yeah.
basic. You can tell that the animation is like very very simple and very not the best.
Hmm.
So I look at it, and now that I'm doing Blender, I see all the details and all the stuff that they do, and I'm like, that's a lot of work. No matter what, how simple it is, it's a lot of work no matter what.
Most definitely.
Especially when you want to get a good deliverance for a story.
So what is it that like
This is all
again,
see.
back to the question, how did this motivate you to get into modeling?
I want to make my own animations, like my own stories, my
Oh,
own.
okay, okay, gotcha.
Like I think it would be really cool to have your own thing and just
Hmm.
create your own kind of story.
What do you think about AI
My thoughts
making
on
your
AI,
stories? Yeah, making your stories now. So I think you could make pretty much make your own stories using AI.
but I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean
I
it's not for everyone.
I don't really like. I'm like very what's the word I'm looking for? I'm kind of like on the fence about all that.
Gotcha. Yeah, same here. I'm gonna.
Be-
It's actually it's pretty awesome, but at the same time it's pretty scary on what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you don't really know what. Yeah, like there's like literally a kid who committed suicide just because he fell in love with an AI.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I know. Like I said, it's gonna be a lot of weird stuff that's gonna happen surrounding AI,
Wait,
but yeah. So so what? How did you get into like Blender per se? What
uh,
made you pick Blender?
to be honest, I was always looking at programs like 3D 3D Max,
Oh yeah.
um,
Oh, that's an old
and
school one.
yeah,
People
I'm
still
telling
use
you,
it though. People still use it.
yeah, like the technology has really advanced, and
Right.
like I said, I was down. I didn't have a computer for the longest time.
Got it.
So what happened was I was really out of date when it came to like story like technologies, what technologies I could use.
Right.
I I wasn't informed. I wasn't sure what was out at that moment.
Yeah, and Blender's pretty much a good software to pick because it's free and I mean it's
Everything
pretty
is
it's used heavily in the gaming industry.
I realized too that as you learn how to model 3D model, there's a lot that goes with it. Like for instance, the great thing about Blender is that you can make things how you want. Like the
Right.
choice is
Can you show
endless.
me more or less how you started on Blender? Like how you started, like something from scratch maybe? Maybe you give me a lesson, me that I don't 3D model, probably get me up on game, you know?
My
Try
goodness.
Yeah, like give me a basic like understanding because I really don't know anything about Blender. I know something like how to edit things, but not like how to create something from scratch. So if you could show me how you can create anything, something simple, maybe make me a chair or a table, that'd be great.
From scratch, huh?
Yeah. Can you show me something? And you're
Can
still
you?
learning, right?
Yeah, I am. I still have a long way to go.
Okay.
Can you see what I'm seeing?
Now I can.
Okay, so right now,
Okay.
this is this is the great thing about Blender. You have access to choices, endless choices of
Hmm.
what you want. Like, for instance, I like to keep my workflow organized. So what I like to do is I like to remove these. If
Okay.
I'm not working with lights or cameras, I take it off automatically.
Okay.
And this is my two walls for now. And then I like to use like the short. There's a lot of shortcuts too with this, like
I can imagine, yeah.
a lot of shortcuts. So what I like to do, oops, my bad. I like to do. This is like gonna be the floor,
Okay.
and what I like to do with this is these are like different like selection modes. Like you can
Hmm.
click like different like areas of the face.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you see how I'm getting sides.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see
Oh,
all
that's awesome.
there's a lot to it, and then there's like you can just grab a face.
Oh, the
So
face. Sides and face. Got it. That's
yeah,
cool.
and like for instance, like this is not a line right now. You see the wall.
Right.
You see how it's like, and then there's different ways to see it. Like you can see more detailed. You
Got
can
it.
see different renders. You can see like the models and whatnot.
Oh, that's awesome.
There's like so much. There's the X, Y, and Z, like the different angles
Gotcha.
like that. That teaches you how to like look at everything. What I like to do is I like to stick with the negative Y axis because it gives me the
Right.
front and it tells you right here which perspective it is, which part of the cube. This is the front of the cube. This is
Gotcha.
pretty much, and then this, what I like to do with this is I'm gonna make it smaller. Like I'm gonna shrink it down. Like let me see. No, see that's not how it works. You have to. What I want to do with this
Hmm.
is I want to like make it smaller. Like, oops, it's been a while. I haven't done this in a good while, so
Well, it's a good practice since you are learning and be
you gotta be very careful how you grab these vertices. They're called verticils.
okay.
These little dots, these tiny dots, they matter a lot. Like,
Oh, verticals.
yeah, like see,
Oh,
you
I
see how
see.
you can do so much with these verticils. If I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but verticils are like pretty much the vertices are the epitome of like your stuff. But I'm gonna erase this one because I'm like really. It's been a while. What
Well,
I
I'm
started
glad I'm
doing and
getting you.
working.
I'm glad I'm getting you out of your shell.
Yeah, I'm working on isometric designs,
Yeah, yeah.
and what this does is like you can pretty much create rooms. I don't know if you know what isometric designs are.
Yeah, they're pretty much they're different. Like they're not the same basically, right?
Yeah, they're not.
They're
Like
not the same. Like for
let me
example, asymmetrical means that they're not the same. Symmetrical means like a square or circle. If you cut it in half, it's pretty much the same.
can you see my screen.
Isometrical.
Isometric.
I thought you meant asymmetrical.
Oh no, isometric room
Okay,
3D.
let me see what are you
So
trying to
this is
do.
what I'm pretty much learning to do.
Oh,
So
nice. You
simple
can make a
designs.
little you can make a little game. Like it reminds me of like a Pokemon RPG type of game.
Yeah, like all this stuff. I'm
Hmm.
learning how to make a room. I'm
That's
learning how
cool.
to create the tiles, the designs, the furniture, the props.
Hmm.
I'm creating simple things like props. I have been putting it a lot to the back burner lately because it is a lot of work, I realize.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
but I also want to get into it more because I know that this is going to be part of my portfolio.
Okay.
So what I like to start with is sometimes I like to start with the wall.
Can I see that goal that you showed me a while back? Your
Oh no.
first, I guess,
Gallery?
monster. Oh yeah, or if you have a gallery, let me see what you have developed so
Lord.
far.
You really want to put me on the spot, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought they were hilarious.
Okay, so this is. I'll begin with my donut.
Okay.
Not sure if you can see it.
Nah, you probably have to drag it to your other monitor.
Give me a sec. Share, change. Okay. Can you see it?
Now I can.
That was my
Isn't
first model.
isn't that the blender for the model for Blender, the
Yeah, the
mascot?
Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
what I started with because Blender Guru told me this is how you get started.
Okay.
And let's see what else I got going on here. I also have this. Can you see that one? No. Darn. Give me a sec. Share my screen. I'll just share my screen.
Yeah, that's probably.
Okay.
There you go.
So these are all the ones I've been working on.
Okay.
These are all my galleries that I've been. These are my model props, which I will have here like progress later
Okay.
once I start working on props. This is when I started learning how to like mess around with the shapes.
By the way, for those who just joined, this is Roxy, who is a beginner in Blender, and she's pretty much showing me or telling me her roadmap on how she got into Blender and what she has been developing as of now. And perhaps me and her are gonna start doing future videos of maybe a mini game. So what
I
like a mini game, right? Like you had what was your idea regarding furniture? Some type of game that
just
resembled Animal Crossing?
yeah, something like Animal Crossing, but more like a comfort like something that I've been noticing in I've been personally enjoying
Mm-hmm.
as an adult, especially from someone who used to be a hardcore gamer at one point. But as I noticed that as I've gotten older, and when you work, you get tired, and you just like to find a game to just chill out, not too competitive, just sit back and relax and like mess around with like different like aspects in games. Like I enjoy crafting. I enjoy survival games. Those are my cup of teas.
Are you
And
currently playing any
what I
crafting game currently?
huh?
Are you currently playing any survival crafting games?
Right now I'm playing Sunken Land.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, that is very.
that
ve-
game is amazing. I don't know if you want to see some of
Sure.
what we got going on. You want to see?
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
Can you
Why
load up
not?
the server? Are you busy, babe? I want to show you what I got.
If
It's
not,
right here.
it's okay. We could continue with your showing me your 3D models.
Okay, está bien, babe. Well, what I started doing is let me show you my screen. Can you see it?
I already see your screen. Yeah.
So I started messing around with model heads and things like that. That's what got me more motivated. Like this
Oh,
is
I see.
all hand, this is all hand like sculpted. Like made I didn't use no prefab, nothing. I just literally modeled it with like just straight up like the
So you
sculpture.
really dived into humanoids. That's something that throws people, like intimidates people.
It does, and it intimidated me, and it kind of like discouraged me a bit because I saw all the other like experienced people, and I
Right.
was really proud of with I just wanted to tackle it. I wanted to see what it was about, how it works, how it functions. I wanted to get used to all the functionalities in the program for Blender, and there's a lot of shortcuts, and they really do help with the workflow, the
Hmm.
efficiency, and you got to know what you're doing for sure, and it gets easier the more shortcuts you use and know how to use. There's still a lot of stuff that overwhelms me, and I got to get used to. Like when I first started doing sculptures, like
Hmm.
sculpting models, I was really having a hard time because of the perspective. I don't know if you're aware of 3D perspective.
Yeah, I think the X axis, Y axis, and all that.
Yeah, like art. This is what I've been kind of looking into as well.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
like things like this,
Yeah, I remember I had a I went to art school for a bit and I had to learn
all that.
perspective art. That's actually
Yeah,
pretty cool. So I didn't know
it,
that. Yeah, I know that applies to 3D modeling as well.
all of this applies to like 3D, everything 3D, because everything that you do on Blender is pretty much three-dimensional, and it helps you gain a proper perspective on how you're gonna make your world, how you're gonna make your scene, how you're gonna make everything come together, come to life practically.
Right. Wow. Yeah, this is actually pretty good details, especially from a beginner.
Yeah, I've been looking really deeply into like different things, like you definitely gotta know some anatomy, if especially if you're gonna do like character creation. And I know that in your channel you've been discussing a lot about character like creation and with that program. And I love that program, by the way.
Oh,
I
character
love it.
creator
Like I
4, yeah.
highly recommend it, but there's nothing like making your own characters, making your own creations from scratch. And
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm a big DIY person, so I
Hmm.
like to always, as bad as I end up having it, it's always a proud feeling of making your own stuff. Like for example, this I started out with this thing. This is when I really was beginning getting used to sculpting, and all I was doing was stretching things out, just grabbing it, pulling things apart,
Right,
pulling
right.
out. You can tell here that I was barely getting the hang of it.
It looks like a
I
Pokemon, like the ghost Pokemon. What's
looks
it
like
called?
this guy right here.
Gengar.
The whole
Yeah,
what I was kind of going for.
but I isn't there like a less involved version of that Pokemon? It's a
Yeah.
mixture between Gengar and the other
Um,
I forgot the evolved. This is like the evolved version, I think. No, it's Ghost. It's a Ghost type, if I'm not mistaken.
wow, I totally had like a major brain fart because I know what you're talking about. Mix of Gengar, evolution.
I
All
think
the
it's a
one.
mix of. It reminds me of the first Pokemon, but then you added spikes to it, so it's like a
Look,
crossbreed.
how I'm horrible. It's this,
No, it was the one that you had previous.
but they're related. Believe it or
Oh,
not.
are they?
This
Okay,
is pretty. Gengar is pretty much like the corpse version of this, if you think about it, because you see
gotcha.
the resemblance.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really kind of cool. Looks like me when I get pizza. But yeah, that's what I ended up with.
yeah,
Okay,
that's.
and then it goes harder. Like I was
Oh,
having a good time with this guy, and then
gotcha,
I had to keep going. And let's see, I started messing around with like the Boo models,
gotcha.
like the ghost from Mario. That's just my donut. Let me see.
Was that
This
when you
is
started making a donut? Oh
yeah,
gosh, look at that one.
that was the end result of that. Like I was like, all right, I did something and I did it. Like I
That's
got more
awesome.
confident in the modeling. That's the final product for that one. But
Okay,
that's just for practice. These are all practice, as you can
okay.
see. The elf ones are the ones that I really, really took my time with,
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, like the detail on that.
Got it.
I really, really worked on. And then when I really got used to like the whole modeling sculpture, how it worked, I felt like it looked like Spider-Man. I can do a lot with this, but you see how I messed up here? Like it wasn't
Right. It looks like
it
an
was
alien.
it is. I said, you know what, this is gonna be an alien, and then ended up being an alien.
Gotcha.
Um, well,
Symbiote.
and that was my first table.
It's,
Uh, that was just the whole mess right there. I started working with more geometry.
did you start texturing that donut? I saw a little
Uh,
bit of spray paint on it.
it wasn't. It was just like color. It wasn't like it was just nothing
Gotcha.
detailed.
I can't wait to see you texture your models. I know
I
you
know.
can. I know you can do a good job because I've seen you texture 3D models back in the days, like on very back in the days, like Jedi Knight 2.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that. They used to texture those models.
I still have those models.
Do you?
I used to make my own models too. I don't know if you remember that on Milkshake. That's old school. Now
Oh
that's
yeah, I remember Milkshake.
well, I mean, it's funny because I had former experience for modeling. It's just on Milkshake. I'm telling you, all my technologies are so outdated because of the computer I
Yeah,
had
I
back
remember I used Milkshake for Half-Life. Yeah, I
then.
used to be into
Life
creating
is.
mods back in the day, so Milkshake, yeah.
This is my first animation, by the way,
Oh, okay.
and I was making a 3D logo here. I don't know if you'll see it, but it's kind of like wonky because I had to mess with all this stuff right here. Let me show you. This is like totally like, oops, my bad. This was totally like all I had to do. You
Ooh,
see all that? I
you're
had to
getting used
custom.
to notes?
I had to customize every node here. I had to make them myself from scratch. Like I had to put all the different types of random values. I had to set positions, and I had
Hmm.
to create all these graphics like from scratch with these nodes. These nodes are like insane. Like look what it does. Like this is a 3D logo. It's not colors, not nothing. It's very simple. You see?
It's still pretty cool.
Um,
Maybe you can make a logo for dev games.
hopefully, like I have a long way to go because
Hey, that's
this
progress. I
this
remember
is
when
like
you told me you were starting a model, and I didn't take you serious at
I
first,
know, I know.
but I'm pretty shocked on the progress you've been making.
I know everybody keeps telling me that, and a lot of people didn't think I would stick to it. I didn't think I'd stick to it, but I was adamant because I really, really like. I love another thing I really want to do. I don't know if I told you yet,
Right.
but I huh?
Yeah, what did you want to do?
I really want to create my own side scroller in RPG,
Okay.
and I have
Like a
RPG.
3D side scroller?
Like there's two things I really want to do: an
Hmm.
RPG 3D side, not like a 2D side scroller
Gotcha.
or something. Or and I also want to do like a visual novel type of thing, which is very simple too, you know.
Hmm.
Um I have this program called RPG Maker. It's so simple.
Oh yeah, I've heard of those. I've seen a lot of beginner game developers use this.
Yeah,
I've
and
never used this myself, but I was always curious about it.
it's really really cool. I'm actually kind of learning how to mess with it. You
Right.
can make characters. It does everything for you. Like it's pretty
Ah, okay.
simple. It's like I kind of want to if it's good, I want to make like I want to get the latest one, but that's like later. You can make your own characters. I have a game in mind that I made with my partner. It's called Temptations of Edoria.
Okay.
Like I'll show you a little bit of oops, show you. It's really insane. I actually have a lot of stuff going on.
Oh, okay.
This
Eh,
is
yeah.
AI. It's pretty much a story about it's gonna be a raunchy RPG,
Okay.
and it's about pretty much a kingdom. People are fighting to become like to take over the kingdom pretty much.
Got it.
And it's
Gives
about a
me
sleeve, huh?
gives me like a little bit of a Game of Thrones vibe.
Kind of, but it's more about a sleazy like uh vagabond, like a guy that's just like wandering.
Gotcha.
He kind of just sees what's he goes with the flow with things,
Mm,
and he's kind of like a hedonist, like someone who is kind of like an F boy,
right.
and he kind of like swindles girls like out of money and free food and drinks. It's very RPG-ish. And he meets a really beautiful woman who actually is a vampire. And
Mm.
she pretty much he crosses her and she pretty much like kind of it's kind of like a story about him
Does she
crossing the wrong person.
does she convert him?
I haven't fully gone to the script with the details of the story yet. I kind of just have like an outline brainstorm. This is just
Okay.
an idea for a story, and it's about this guy named Sir Grayson or something.
All
And
right. Yeah, you should definitely start off with a graphic novel game. And
yeah, like this is like a raunchy Metroidvania type of game. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, Metroidvania raunchy type game. I never think I've heard of that
It's
type.
a whole different
Yeah, it's kind
category.
of that's actually pretty unique.
Yeah, like I wanted to have like dialogue and stories and like within your adventure, and it
Hmm.
just pushes you to keep going forward, and those are just one of the ideas. And um It's pretty much I want to have two modes where you can play as the main character as the guy or main character as the woman, which is
Hmm.
Lady Lilith. That's her name, the vampire queen.
Gotcha.
And of course, the vagabond guy is Sir Grayson. He's like a knight, and he pretty much is like they're both wanting to take over the town, the kingdom. They both want to be like the rulers, or like he just wants to relish in the wealth, like the riches, and the other one is just really ambitious and wants a power thing. I don't know. It's just an idea. It's called Temptations of Edoria. It's an idea brainstorm kind of thing.
Okay.
But
Yeah, that sounds really interesting.
yeah, those are the main things that pretty much inspired me to work on Blender and start doing like different stuff.
Yeah. Do you wanna go ahead and I guess we could finish up that furniture piece that you wanted to make and kind of like giving me a tutorial.
Give you a tutorial. Like, what do you want to?
Yeah,
What?
like I want to see you build maybe a couch or a simple chair.
Oh my gosh.
Am I putting you on the spot?
I'll try. You put me in the spot, but I'll try.
Yeah, yeah,
I
let's
mean,
start. Let's create
oh,
something
I never did anything on the scratch on the fly, but I'll do my best. Oh my
yeah,
god, I
no
don't even know
worries.
where to begin.
Because
But
we did have plans on creating Animal Crossing type game, right? Or
yeah,
was it a tycoon, I think?
no, it was an Animal Crossing type game.
Okay.
Like more like a Feng Shui type game.
Hmm.
What is that? Oh, it's a table. Okay. So you want a chair, huh?
Yeah, make a simple chair, maybe. That way I could kind of see the process on Blender.
Okay. So what you want to do is you want to get you want to go to edit mode
Okay.
and you want to give yourself like oh, I can't believe you got me
No
here.
pressure.
Totally pressure. So I'll do that.
Okay.
Oh, oh, why? Why do you put me on the spot like this?
No
I
pressure
feel
whatsoever.
total pressure, man. The hell? I don't even know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try. I usually just like see what I can do. Ah!
If you want, we could also come back to it. It's fine. I know you have.
Yeah,
I know you took a
I have
long
to
break.
yeah, like what I have to I took a long break because the work had me so
Yeah.
exhausted.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not just that, but I kind of like forgot some things. That's why I
Yeah.
feel like I was so not prepared for this.
Okay. How about next live we do?
Yeah,
Um, and I in a way I like this pressure that I'm giving you because
forces me to
to
learn.
continue. Yeah, because if you drop what you learn, you're most definitely gonna forget.
I'll be honest with you. I only know how to make student models,
Yeah, I
and
know.
I haven't been doing. I've been putting the prop making to a back burner,
Right.
and what I normally have been doing is working on reference photos, like things like this.
How do you add a reference photo in Blender, by the way?
Let me show you an example.
Let's do it.
So these are all my projects. What happened to my other ones though? Okay, I'll just start a new one because
Perfect.
you
Yeah,
know
start from scratch, and I
so
guess
this
reference photos help, right? I mean, it's pretty much
this doesn't even work anymore.
you probably move the texture or the image somewhere, huh?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
assuming the
because
pink is where the image used to be.
yeah. Let me just go new.
Yeah, let's start
I'll
something new. Let's do something like that.
take the camera. I like to take the camera off and everything. So what you do, it's kind of like you're looking for a new thing, but instead you put
Or you start off with a plane, right?
yeah, and then you start with a reference.
Okay.
And I like to go to my reference photos. You gotta have a good organized workflow. Like
Oh, you got Boo.
yeah. Like this is very complicated. I wanted to do Gone Freaks from Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
This is really good because you can like put it like set it up how you like
Oh, okay.
and oops. There's like a way to do this too, like the image to fix it.
Hmm.
But
But that's
Like a,
that's that's basically a good start to import.
but this is not a good image either, as you can see. It's
Yeah,
very,
you'll need like the poses to be the same throughout the side view,
it
front view, right?
it's just not clear.
Like that image, the second one that you have is pretty good for
Yeah, but it's
reference.
yeah. There's a way you can fix it too. Like, let me hide this. Oops, this thing's in the way. So what I like to do with these images, we go to it only has object mode. Okay. So with this is it's not straight. You see how it's not straight?
Yeah,
I
rotate
like
it.
to straighten it out.
Use the green,
'Cause
rotate through the green axis.
yeah,
There you go.
that's what I'm trying to. It's a little crooked, but like it's like a lot of there's like a way to do it, but I
Yeah,
always forget. I'm not used to the hotkeys. Like I said, like I've still got so much to learn. And like it's
understandable.
Blender. It's just like you have to align it too, like perfectly.
Hmm.
Like you see the feet how they're kind of aligned
Yes.
to the grid.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you want it so it fits perfectly. And this is
Okay.
really great. You have like the perfect circle here, right? I'm gonna give it a name. You name it F2. This is ref,
Okay.
and then this is the cube we have here, right? So let's start with the cube. You make sure you don't grab the wrong one either.
Yeah.
So this right here is the first cube. You always start with a cube or at least a circle, but I'll show you a little tricks here. This is the most simplistic thing I can show you for now
Yes.
because I'm
This is
really
perfect.
rusty.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe
Um,
we'll be prepared for next time we
yeah.
do another live stream. That'd be great.
You see how it's like a whole cube interface? You can scale it, turn it up.
So in other words, kind of like drawing, you use shapes to
It's like
reference.
tracing. You're
Yeah,
literally
like
tracing.
you know how in drawing you use like circles and squares
Yeah.
to start your drawing. So in other
Yep.
words, this is basically the same thing, but you're using three-dimensional shapes.
So I call it head. This is all my. I like to keep my workflow really neat here.
Got it.
So
Yes.
it really matters. Like now we're gonna add a subdivision
Understandable.
modifier. We're
Oh,
gonna
okay.
generate subdivision surface, and when you do that, it does that. You see?
Oh, that's awesome.
So you want to align the head. You want to make it a little bigger, fit her face, because this is the main thing. You want this is where like modeling and align like certain subdivision like these are all level viewports too. This is what you see. Like this
Mm.
one's good.
Yeah,
This is
it adds
adding
more
more
faces.
polygons to the.
Yeah, more polygons for sure.
And I have trouble with reference photos still.
Okay.
So you want to put it back, make sure it's aligned, make sure it's flat. You want to make sure that it fits perfectly. And there's so many ways to do this. This is the thing. Like you got to find the right your niche, your comfort zone with your model. Like you have to know what you want to do, where you're going to be. Like I like to align the nose and the face in the
Hmm.
center, you see?
Yeah, yeah. I
And
see.
then this is the part that gets really tricky. You can do this, you can sculpt it, make this bigger, way bigger. You can do it like this. This is like so many. Oops, I'm grabbing the wrong stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's so many
I
shortcuts
I think
that
with
you kind of
time,
get lost.
I think with time it'll
Like
be
you can grab
second
it,
nature.
lower it a little bit, and then you can do this. Like you can grab the head how you want. Like you gotta cover it.
Oh, okay.
You
You're
gotta bring it
sculpting
down.
it. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
this is how you sculpt pretty much. Like let me get closer. This is how you sculpt the faces. You can also change the angles. Like you can bring it down. Since it's already kind of like covered,
Right.
it's I like to go to edit mode and I like to let me grab the face. Like let me apply the you can apply it
Hmm.
and it disappears. All the ways you have your modifiers, it matters how you have them set it up. Like for example, this matters the way you have it set. Like
Yeah, it's
for in-
understandable. Yeah, because I guess if you add more faces, it's gonna be more detail, right?
yeah.
More levels
Oh,
viewpoint. Okay.
and then you can also like modify them. like individually.
Oh,
These
versus
are the
yeah.
faces. The faces right here, the squares are called faces. These little points are like things that like help you stretch it out. See, like this is the
Oh, okay.
chin.
I think I prefer this than sculpture.
Yeah,
And
the
it's actually
sculpture is really hard.
this
Like,
reminds me of milkshake right here.
yeah, like this. See how the face is perfectly almost aligned now.
Yes,
You might have to add more verticils for
got
sure
got
because the
it.
mod.
Yeah, yeah. I said I got it. It makes sense. It's actually pretty awesome. Like
You can
seeing
also
you
align them.
model.
Yeah, like you can align them
So what are
straighter.
you using to learn Blender? Like, well, are you using YouTube or a book? What are you?
I'm using YouTube,
Okay,
but I'm yeah, mostly YouTube Reels. I'm using like I'm reading a lot too.
okay,
Reading helps a lot. Like I like to read the manual of things.
okay. That's actually the best way.
Yeah, make sure it's covered up. See how it's like getting everything,
Yeah.
and then this needs to go up. Gotta fix it up a little. It just depends how you shape it. Like you gotta shape it
Okay.
how you want. You have the control of your design pretty much. That's how
And
it looks,
I can't wait
perspective
to
wise.
I can't wait for you to start showing me full models.
And then the great thing too about this, now I'm gonna apply it. I'm gonna apply it now. I'm gonna apply it.
Mhm.
Once you get that, you can smooth it out, and then now you have a
Oh,
smooth model.
okay. You know what
Pretty
sucks
much.
about that feature? I'm not
Mm.
sure if I'm fully correct, but in Unreal, I'm not sure that feature works. I don't know if it translates well when you transfer it to Unreal. But there's
What do
only one way to try it out, like meaning like I'm not sure if that smooth feature that you just applied works on Unreal. I could be wrong because I
you?
remember I had a modeler. I hired a modeler to make me I guess a hand for the first person,
Yeah.
and he applied that same plugin that that you just applied to that circle. And I'm not sure if that took effect on Unreal, but maybe we can test it out later on. You can
What I like,
export that model and then send it to me, and I could add it to Unreal, and we could see if it smooth the circle. Well, that's pretty cool.
yeah, like for instance, like this is definitely needs to be worked, but this is just the front of the face. So
Right.
what I like to fix the head, I'm still getting used to it. Like I said, there's a lot of shortcuts. There's a lot of stuff that goes with it. Like for instance, this is gonna lift it up a little bit now
Okay.
from the back. You want to angle it the right way. There's an X and Y axis you gotta be mindful of. You want to make sure the head's a little elongated, like like a head, like the back of a head.
Oh yeah, yeah, makes sense.
Smooth it out like that. This is like the face. Wait, this is weird. Oh,
Yeah, that's the
okay.
face. Yeah, you moved the mouse too quick.
Yeah. So I like to smooth it out.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. That's awesome.
Smooth it, and then I'm not the best, but like you just want to make sure that the edges are like smooth.
Right.
And what it does is it helps set up your model, the head. The smoothness, I like this is only good if you're gonna model it like from scratch, which is kind of what I'm gonna do. For instance, I like to draw sharp. Like this is a really cool trick too. I like to use strength all the way up. And let me make the eyes a little small. These are the eye sockets, by the way, what I'm about to do.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it.
I
Did I
see
do
a
it right?
little. Is it popping out or is it?
It's like a like
No, it's
oops.
popping out. I think you have it backwards.
Let me
You
see.
need the
Draw.
maybe the.
I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one.
Okay.
You see, you're gonna see right now. I'm making a hole,
Oh, I see
kind of
it.
like a little like
Yeah, that's awesome. I wonder if there's like a lighting effect that you could do so you can see it better visually.
probably. Oh no, this is good too when you want to see through your work
Oh,
and
okay,
you
yeah.
post. That's another one like that too. There's
Mm,
different ways. This is the render. Like a lot of people like using this one because they like to see where their face is. Like
okay. I can see how
and
this thing can get messy for
yeah, like
sure.
all these vertical details can throw you off. But when you get more pro, you start to see it's different perspectives too, especially because when you sculpt and when you do this individually, it's totally different, and there's different ways to go about it, and that's why I get kind of like there's so much you can do, so many different alternatives, especially with hair. Hair is
Right.
really, and for instance, I'm gonna go back to object mode. What I like to do too is I like to stay on the x-axis, and I like to just turn it, get on the next one.
Uh,
This is another trick too.
yeah, that
These are
is pretty cool.
they're all
And
perspective.
I like seeing
So
these
what I'm gonna do now,
methods.
I'm gonna turn the head. You
Oh
see?
wow, that's awesome.
Okay, and then now we're gonna work on the side view.
Huh.
I gotta make it like where you can see it, but I gotta find the right one for me. Like, see, now I can see the face even better.
Oh yeah.
So I gotta work on.
Maybe work
Oops.
on the structure of the face.
Yeah, it's a lot of detail that you have to play around with
Yeah.
this type of
Yeah.
stuff.
Lots of
Which is why,
patience.
yeah, you have to have lots of patience. I'm gonna put it the point right here because you see how it's not perfectly aligned. Like I have to work on the point now. Let me see if I can go to object mode. I don't know if this is, see, this is the part that I always struggle with right here because you gotta make sure you align it correctly. Like I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to turn this back. Oops, I did the wrong thing. Go to object mode always. There's, like I said, there's so many customs. You have to get
Hmm.
used to the customs. Like um she has like her head in a certain angle, I think, or no. Like let me
No,
look at
she's
it.
straight. Maybe you have to just make the dents. Just gotta conform the, I guess, the model to the face, like by making
This is where you're
changing
gonna
the
see
vertices.
the difference on like skill wise. I have so much trouble with this still. Like
Right.
um let me see if I can do it like this. This is an what pros do, but this is what I kind of got used to. But I'll show you something that I I've tried, but then you'll see how it looks. Like it looks easy.
Right. Right.
You gotta move it. You gotta keep moving it around. You're gonna see something pretty messed up right here. But
Right.
I'm gonna.
And if you Blender experts are watching this, feel free to comment and
Sorry, expert.
perhaps guide Roxy on the proper way of doing this.
Yeah, I'm not
Any
at all. I know this.
any links of tutorials that you might have, please comment below. That'll be
Oh my.
should be very thankful.
Okay. I would, but okay. So you see how this is like my half-assed way of
Yeah, yeah, it
making.
makes sense though. I don't blame you. I would probably do the same thing.
This is like the
But the
most.
but I imagine the other side won't grab. You're not grabbing all the vertices. That's why it comes out pretty
You'll
bad.
see.
Wait, fix the
Yeah.
lips.
I'm not
The
done.
lower lip. Okay, okay.
So what I like to do now that I did sculpture mode, this is the main one. I like to
Right.
go in the details. These are the details now.
Okay.
All these vertices matter, but you see, look what it does to it. Look at all that mess. You're gonna
Yeah,
see.
I think because you're not grabbing
I'm not doing it
the
right.
back vertices. Yeah, that's
Look at
what it's happening. It's happening.
see what's happening.
You're not grabbing the back vertices.
I'm not grabbing it right,
Yeah,
and
there's
you.
probably a method that you can select probably the
Yeah.
background. Maybe is there an option that says
Let me
select back?
let me show you this monstrosity. This is where I mess up. Look at the face. Look at the mouth.
Yeah.
That's why three dimensional really matters.
No,
Like
I think you're just missing something very simple.
I am, but I just don't know. And I kind of wish I had a guide. I wish I had someone like a like
Right.
a
You need a coach.
a coach. Yeah, I need like a coach. Cause look at this. This looks like a homunculus, man. Look at this
Well, tell
face
you
that I
what. Tell you what.
look. What?
Let's let's end it like undo the face and keep it how
Hold on.
you originally started with.
Okay, let me go back. Control Z and see if it lets me. What a mess. What a mess. That's
Keep
it.
that's it. Oh,
I mean, it's not hard to do it, but
right,
I mean,
right,
it
right,
did,
right.
did fix it. I think. Oops.
So
I did it wrong. See the habits of mine. They're like not the best. I
yeah,
have to get
it's all it comes with practice. But
see how.
I think we should like end it here, and perhaps we can continue this for another episode because it's already been like an hour.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. I definitely let me get unrust a bit. Let me get more familiar with the shortcuts again and
Yeah,
some make some props. I'll have some props ready for you if anything for either if not next this week then next week
definitely. Yeah,
because
but this was actually pretty an awesome stream. I really like to see the perspective of a beginner. There's a lot of
mhm.
YouTube
Questions of
videos. There's a lot
that
of
we
YouTube videos where like you're an expert, right? They'll
yeah
have an expert on the interview, but having
a novice.
a novice perspective is actually pretty awesome. Not only that, I'm also learning, and I actually want to get into 3D modeling now that I've seen your progress. But
So much, so easy.
yeah,
Or it's
so
not
like
easy,
so like
but
if and I want to see if your progress from here on out. I'll try to see if I could find something regarding the side view perspective on how to sculpt properly.
yeah, and you know that's what I've been doing to help me like study and learn. Like I'm giving myself hard tasks and hard like projects, like not too hard, but something that is like in a little more intermediate. And
Hmm.
whenever I stumble across an obstacle, I always Google it. I search for it, like how to use this shortcut or how to make this thing go here, how to do like if you as a novice, me learning, the thing that really helped me the most is literally putting myself in obstacles. Every obstacle that I encounter, I
Right.
literally find solutions. And once I find a solution, I start to get it better, the program. That's how I've been force feeding myself Blender pretty much. Force learning it.
Yeah. No, that sounds like the
And then
best way, like to just dive in and get lost.
yeah,
That,
because when I first started, I didn't even know how to navigate myself properly. And I just pretty much just would like I would just get into it. The first thing I got into was sculpting. And then after that I started messing with faces, vertices, and all that stuff.
okay.
Yeah. It's a process for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
There-
Well, I appreciate you being in this live stream and showing me your progress and along with your journey. If you guys can help Roxy assisting her with sculpturing a 3D model via side view, that'd be great. Any links will be appreciated. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to continue seeing more content of this nature.
Well, I hope that by the time that we do another stream again, that you get to see more progress.
No,
Cause
no, that was a lot for me to take in, even for a person that hasn't really 3D model. That was a lot of
yeah,
information.
I'm not like I said, I'm really, really like I'm doing this unguided, uncharted, and I'm just
Yeah,
diving deep. And if you are learning, I'm not an artist either. That's another thing you gotta remind people. You're not if you're not an artist, it's even harder. But you don't have to be an artist with Blender. That's the beauty of it. It
yeah,
it
most
just
definitely. I've seen people actually go into art first before they 3D model, so they can learn the anatomy and whatnot.
yeah
Not only
it
that, if you're gonna get into animation, you also gotta
yeah
know how the body moves. So knowing anatomy also helps in that perspective.
for sure.
Yeah,
Well, hopefully you see some improvement by the time we get back.
definitely. I'll, I I look forward to it. Okay, well, thanks for watching.
Thanks for
See you
watching,
later.
guys.
See you later, Devhead.